Hey, what's going on guys, it's Carmelo here, and welcome back to another video. There's been a lot of talk of Bradley Beal demanding a trade. Usually social media will get a video or picture of Bradley Beal on the bench looking stressed after a loss and things like that, but people don't like to look into the situation, so I decided to do that here. I wanted to go over why Bradley Beal should demand a trade and where he'd possibly go. I threw in a few mock trades in the video for a few different teams that I found realistic, and a lot of the teams in these mock trades are the expected ones, but I want to throw in a couple of unexpected ones as well, so get ready for that. I try to make the trades as realistic as possible because some videos I have watched will give some horrible trades, like Tyler Hero for Bradley Beal straight up, just stupid stuff like that. So let's get into it. So first, I want to go over a quick comparison over James Harden's situation against Bradley Beal's. So James Harden was going into the season with an unsure John Wall, injury-wrecked DeMarcus Cousins, and a most improved player Christian Wood, and also with a great coach. Bradley Beal started the season so far with the injured Russell Westbrook. Although I do see him bouncing his stats back up, he's clearly a step slower than every other year in his career. So for this case, we're going to call him washed. He also had Thomas Bryant, who went down with a torn ACL, and then some young guys. The issue with the young guys also ties into the coaching. I think Scott Brooks is probably the worst coach in the league, partly because how he decides to play the young players. He's pretty much made Denny Avdija a spot-up shooter, and that's the same thing with Rui Hachimura. The defense has also been terrible, and the reason Bradley Beal should demand a trade also was aligned with the fact that in the NBA, loyalty does not matter. Teams are just organizations, and people shouldn't be loyal to organizations. Bradley Beal is trying to push the Wizards out of a worst record in the league contention while averaging 35 points a game with 5 assists and 5 rebounds. The free Bradley Beal movement is a real thing because of this, and it might be the best thing for the Wizards to do. They could kick the Wizards into a full rebuild by trading Brad and Russ. A lot of this will go over, in my next section on how to get Brad out of Washington, but in this section, we're going to only be talking about the why. The Wizards decided to trade John Wall, who had great chemistry with Bradley Beal, for Russell Westbrook, which we're now finding out was a downgrade, and, he doesn't have the on-court chemistry that Brad and John Wall had. Russ also isn't getting any younger, and their ceiling doesn't seem to be that high. And Bradley Beal is starting to get upset with losing, and he doesn't have to do it anymore. I believe Brad will demand a trade, and the front office has told him they won't trade him anywhere he doesn't want to go. So, that was why Bradley Beal should demand a trade. Now it's time to find out where and for who. So I made 4 possible trades for teams to acquire Bradley Beal, so let's just get right into it. First, we have the Raptors getting Bradley Beal for Pascal Siakam and a first-round pick. I think the Raptors do this to snap out of their slump of horrible basketball. I think the Wizards do this to get a younger player who can play some defense, while also getting a first-rounder if this doesn't end up working out down the line. This pick is kind of just a safety net just in case. So next we have the Miami Heat getting Bradley Beal for Tyler Hero, Precious Achiuwa, Kelly Olynyk, Andre Iguodala, and a second-round pick. Iguodala and Kelly are there just to get the money to work. The reason the Heat make this trade is to create a big three with Jimmy and Bam, while keeping a guy they have been trying to protect, which is Duncan Robinson. Miami does this trade to get a younger player to center around, while adding Precious Achiuwa's defense and potential. The first round pick is sort of just a small additive, and then they get Iggy for some defense if they still feel like competing. And now for our third trade, we have Bradley Beal and a lottery-protected first-round pick to the 76ers for Ben Simmons straight up. The trade is similar to the Siakam trade, where the Wizards get a young star as well, as getting more defense. But not just Pascal Siakam defense, Defensive Player of the Year level defense. That's the reason why I decided to get the Wizards to send the 76ers a first-round pick. Philly does this so they can create more spacing on the team because they are in a win-now situation, and Ben Simmons has shown little offensive progression. This might put the 76ers at the top of the East, right with the Bucks and the Heat. Or the Nets, also the Nets. And for our last trade, this is the one I try to save for the end, because I haven't seen this one mentioned anywhere, so I thought it would be interesting. I have John Wall and Bradley Beal teaming back up for Victor Oladipo, Kevin Porter Jr., PJ Tucker, and the 2024 Nets first-round pick. The Rockets do this trade so they can, team back up Brad and John, while still keeping Boogie and Christian Wood. The the Wizards do it for just more young players that they can center their whole team around for the future. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. You can hit the sub button if you want, drop a like if you liked the video, and click the bell if you want to see more videos by me in your sub box. The bell notifies you every time I upload and the exact time I upload. Alright, I'm out. I want to thank you guys for watching. I got more videos coming in the future pretty soon in the next few weeks. Thank you.